Have you ever experienced the pain of being ghosted? You thought everything was falling into place, the conversations were flowing, the chemistry undeniable, but suddenly, nothing. She vanishes, leaving you questioning what happened, doubting your worth, and wondering if you did something wrong. Or maybe it's the hot and cold routine. One day she's showering you with attention. The next she's distant, barely acknowledging your existence. It's infuriating, right? The uncertainty, the confusion, the helpless feeling of not knowing where you stand. But here's the truth. Women are playing these emotional games, and if you don't learn how to recognize and handle them, you're going to find yourself trapped in a cycle of frustration, confusion, and heartache. But here's the catch. It's not your fault that these games are being played, but it is your responsibility to outsmart them. It's time to level up, to stop being a pawn in someone else's emotional chess match. Today, I'm going to arm you with 10 proven strategies to outsmart any woman who plays games with your heart. And no, I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about mastering yourself. You'll learn to become the calm in the storm, the man who remains unshaken, unmovable, the kind of man who doesn't fall for the traps, who isn't controlled by anyone. You'll gain the power to take control of your emotions, your actions, and ultimately, your relationships. So buckle up. This isn't just another get the girl guide. This is about transforming yourself into a man who stands tall no matter the situation, who exudes a magnetic confidence that women can't help but respect. This journey is going to change the way you approach relationships forever. But first, let's answer the big question. Why do women play these games in the first place? Why do they ghost you, breadcrumb you, or keep you dangling in emotional limbo? The reality is, women often use these emotional tactics to test your strength. They're testing whether they can manipulate your emotions, control your reactions, and see if they can get you to doubt yourself. And if they succeed, if they can see that they have you in the palm of their hand, desperate for their validation, they've won. They'll lose respect for you, and you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of chasing after them, seeking their approval. But here's the game-changing news. You don't have to play along. Instead of becoming a puppet to her emotional roller coaster, you're going to take control of yourself. Instead of reacting emotionally to her games, you'll learn the art of Stoicism, the practice of keeping calm and collected in any situation. You will be the master of your own emotions, not swayed by the unpredictable tides of someone else's behavior. This isn't just about winning with women. It's about winning in life. It's about becoming a man who refuses to be emotionally manipulated, who stands tall and proud of who he is, knowing his worth. If you're tired of being played, tired of feeling lost in the emotional whirlwind, and ready to regain your power, then keep reading. These 10 Stoic strategies are about to change everything. Number 1, detach emotionally. This is the bedrock of everything else. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you don't let your emotions control you. It's about remaining grounded no matter what's happening around you. Most guys panic when a woman pulls away or goes silent. They start overthinking, spiraling, trying to fix the situation. But here's the hard truth. She's testing you. She wants to see how easily you crumble under pressure. If you chase after her, needy and desperate for her attention, you fail the test. Instead, you need to practice emotional detachment. Whether she's texting you every minute or ghosting you for days, your emotional state stays calm, steady, and unaffected. This unshakable composure is irresistible. Women are drawn to men who can stay cool under pressure because it shows strength, and strength is what makes you magnetic. Number 2, recognize behavioral patterns. Women may seem unpredictable, but trust me, they're not. Once you start paying attention, you'll notice repeating behaviors, subtle patterns that tell you exactly what she's doing and why. For example, the infamous hot and cold behavior. 1 minute, she's all over you, saying how amazing you are and even hinting at a future together. Then, the next day, silence. She's busy, distant, or seems to have forgotten you exist. This is the classic push-pull strategy. It's a test. Can she get you to chase her? When you start panicking, sending desperate texts like, "Is everything okay? Did I do something wrong?" You're falling into the trap. Instead, recognize that this is a test of your emotional control. She wants to see if she can provoke a reaction. If you fall for it, you lose. But when you stay calm, unreactive, and composed, now, that's a game changer. Women respect a man who can stay grounded when they try to provoke him. Recognizing these patterns allows you to predict her next move and, ultimately, take back control of the situation. These strategies aren't just about relationships. They're about becoming a better version of yourself, someone who commands respect and admiration. If you've had enough of playing the emotional games, if you're ready to rise above the drama, these steps will give you the tools to not just navigate, but to dominate the game. Stay tuned for the rest of these life-changing strategies. Here's the deal. When you stay calm, composed, and unmoved, you take control of the situation. Let her play her hot and cold games. You don't react. Watch what happens. The tables turn, and suddenly, she's the one wondering why you didn't fall for her manipulations. It's like flipping a switch. She's been playing a game, but now you're the one in the driver's seat. And don't forget, this isn't always malicious. Sometimes, women do this without even realizing it. They're subconsciously testing your confidence, pushing to see how steady you are. Whether it's intentional or not, the outcome is the same. You have to be emotionally grounded and unshakable. Another game she might play is breadcrumbing. The subtle art of giving just enough attention to keep you hanging, but never fully committing. Think about it. A flirty text here, a casual, "let's hang out sometime" there. But when it comes time to actually make plans, she disappears into thin air. This is a calculated strategy to keep you invested without giving you anything real in return. Sounds familiar, right? So how do you handle this? With grace, you don't chase, you don't get angry. Instead, you calmly call her out. "Hey, I'm not here for half-hearted attention. If you're not ready to spend real time together, that's fine. But I won't be hanging around waiting." Simple, direct, and most importantly, not emotional. This shows you have standards. You've set the bar high, and you're not willing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. Let's talk about boundaries. This is where you step into your true power. Setting boundaries isn't about controlling her. It's about commanding respect for yourself. Here's the tough truth. If you don't set boundaries early in a relationship, you're sending a message that it's okay for her to walk all over you. And many guys get scared here, thinking that boundaries might scare a woman away. But here's the key. Women crave boundaries. Why? Because boundaries demonstrate self-respect. A man who respects himself as a man others will respect too. So how do you set boundaries without seeming insecure or controlling? It's about being clear and calm. Let's say she constantly cancels plans last minute or leaves you hanging without an explanation. The worst thing you can do is ignore it. Address it calmly. "Hey, I've noticed you've canceled a lot recently, and consistency is important to me. If you're not interested in making plans work, that's fine, but I won't keep dealing with this back and forth." You're not attacking her. You're simply stating your needs. And here's the magic. When you communicate your boundaries from a place of self-respect, she either steps up and respects them, or she walks away. Either way, you're in control of your emotional energy. Imagine a different scenario. You're dating a woman who flirts with other guys in front of you. She might be doing this to provoke jealousy or test how much you care. Most guys would either blow up in anger or stew in jealousy. But not you. You stay calm, and later, you address the situation with clarity. Look, I'm not into playing games. If you're interested in other guys, that's your choice, but I'm not going to stick around for it. Again, notice how you're not reacting emotionally. You've set a clear boundary, and now it's her decision to respect it or walk away. Now let's dive into the most crucial element of all, staying calm under pressure. When she starts playing mind games, whether it's bringing up her ex, flirting with someone else, or throwing passive-aggressive comments your way, your greatest strength will be your calmness. Most guys fall for these emotional triggers and react immediately. They get defensive, jealous, or upset. But not you. You're going to respond like a stoic. Picture this. She casually mentions her ex. My ex used to take me to this amazing restaurant. Or, I had so much fun with my ex last summer. What's your reaction? You could get jealous or confrontational. But that's exactly what she wants. Instead, you stay calm, unbothered, and respond with something simple like, "That's cool. Sounds like a great time." You've just disarmed her with your indifference. You didn't give her the emotional reaction she was fishing for. And let's be real. When you don't react the way she expects, she's left confused. And that's when the power dynamics shift in your favor. Here's another scenario. She's flirting with another guy in front of you. Most guys would feel threatened, either trying to outshine the other guy or get upset with her for disrespecting them. Not you. You remain calm and detached. You don't compete for her attention. Instead, you quietly observe. When she notices that you're unbothered by her behavior, she'll start to wonder why you're not reacting. The calmness you exude tells her that you're not threatened. You've shown her that you're confident, secure in yourself, and unshakable, and that's incredibly attractive. So here's the bottom line. Never let your emotions control your actions. When you stay calm under pressure, you take back control. And when you can do that consistently, the emotional game she tries to play won't stand a chance. When you stay calm under pressure, it's like sending out a magnetic signal. You're not easily shaken. That, my friend, is an incredibly attractive quality. Women can't help but be drawn to a man who is in control of his emotions, who doesn't lose his cool when things get a little heated. Calmness is a sign of confidence, self-respect, and inner strength. And that's something no one can resist. Now let's talk about focusing on the long term. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of a relationship, especially when the sparks are flying. But let me ask you this. Are you the type of man who's chasing immediate gratification, the fleeting validation of her affection, or the short-term thrill of winning an argument? Or are you the kind of man who plays the long game? A man who is building an empire, working on his personal growth, and striving for greatness. When you focus on your long-term goals, the small, everyday drama of relationships loses its grip on you. Think about it. You're focused on becoming the best version of yourself, whether it's through growing your career, pushing your fitness goals, or leveling up mentally. Do you really have time to get lost in petty mind games? No. And this shift in mindset does two powerful things. First, it makes you less emotionally reactive. You're no longer hanging on every text, every gesture, every little piece of attention she throws your way. Your life is full of purpose, and your emotional energy isn't invested in the moment-to-moment drama. Secondly, it makes you even more attractive. Women are drawn to men who are on a mission. Nothing is more attractive than a man who knows where he's going and isn't distracted by the noise around him. Let's break this down with a scenario. You've been seeing a woman for a few weeks. Things are going great until, bam, she starts pulling back. She's texting less, making fewer plans, and seems distant. Now most guys would panic, overthink, and start trying to fix the situation. They'd get anxious, start chasing harder, and make themselves too available. But a man focused on his long-term goals doesn't flinch. Why? Because his value isn't defined by whether or not she's texting him back. He's too busy building his empire and working on his personal growth to be caught up in the drama. If she wants to be a part of that journey, awesome. If not, he's not going to lose sleep over it. When you focus on your long-term goals, you become emotionally independent. Your validation comes from your progress, your accomplishments, and the man you're becoming, not from her fleeting attention. And here's the kicker. When she sees you're not chasing her or getting lost in the drama, she's going to be drawn to you even more. Why? Because you're different. You're the guy who is too busy building a legacy to care about petty mind games. That's what makes you irresistible. Now, let's talk about a common mistake most guys make when dealing with these emotional games. Retaliating emotionally. It's an instinct. She does something to hurt you or make you jealous, and your first reaction is to get even. Maybe she flirts with another guy, and in retaliation, you flirt with another girl to make her jealous. Or she ghosts you, so you start playing hard to get to make her chase you. Here's the truth. This never works. The moment you retaliate emotionally, you've already lost. Why? Because you're reacting to her, and that means she's still in control. You're allowing her to dictate your actions, which means she's holding the power. A stoic man never retaliates emotionally. Why? Because he knows that emotional reactions are a sign of weakness. Instead, he responds with calm indifference. If she ghosts him, he doesn't chase after her or play games in return. He simply withdraws his attention, focuses on himself, and keeps moving forward. If she tries to make him jealous by flirting with someone else, he doesn't take the bait. He remains calm and keeps living his life, unaffected. Here's an example to really hammer this home. Let's say you're at a party with her, and she starts flirting with another guy right in front of you. Most guys would either get angry and confront her, or try to flirt with someone else to make her jealous. Both of these reactions stem from insecurity, but you stay calm, you don't engage. You don't give her the reaction she's hoping for, and here's the magic. That drives her crazy. Why? Because you've just shown her that she doesn't have power over you. When you don't retaliate emotionally, you hold the power, and you send her a message. I won't be manipulated by your games. And guess what happens next? The game loses its power. She'll either stop playing it altogether or realize that she can't control you. Either way, you win. Finally, let's talk about communication. Clear, calm, and firm communication. The biggest mistake men make in relationships is avoiding tough conversations, or on the flip side, getting too emotional in them. A stoic man knows how to express his needs without letting his emotions get in the way. When a woman is playing games, you don't need to argue, yell, or accuse her. Instead, you calmly state what you need and leave it at that. You're not desperate for her validation. You're simply expressing your standards and expecting respect in return. Clear communication is your superpower, and it will make you unshakable in the face of emotional games. Stay calm, stay firm, and communicate your boundaries with unwavering confidence. That's how you show her your value, and that's how you stop playing her games altogether. Imagine this. She's been acting distant, her energy inconsistent, and you can feel the change in the air. It starts to get to you. Most guys, when they sense this shift, either explode with frustration or try to suppress their emotions, hoping it will just go away. But here's the key. A stoic man handles this challenge with grace. Instead of reacting impulsively, he addresses the issue directly and calmly. He might say something like, "Hey, I've noticed you've been acting differently lately. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'd like to know if there's something we need to talk about." Notice the difference here? No accusations, no raised voices, no demands for answers. You're simply sharing an observation, inviting her to open up, and giving her the space to explain. This is incredibly powerful because you're not coming from a place of neediness or overwhelming emotion. Instead, you're communicating from a place of calm confidence. And that, my friend, is undeniably attractive. When you communicate this way, you set the tone for the relationship. It shows her that you're not afraid to confront uncomfortable situations, that you value open, honest communication, and you're not going to let issues fester. This dynamic lays the foundation for a relationship based on mutual respect and transparency, rather than on manipulation or petty games. Now let's talk about something truly transformative: prioritizing your own well-being. Here's a truth that many men forget, especially when they're wrapped up in the chaos of emotional games and manipulation. The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. If you're constantly feeling stressed, anxious, and like you're walking on eggshells, it's time to take a hard look at what you're allowing into your life. No one, not even the woman you're seeing, is worth sacrificing your peace of mind, your self-respect, or your emotional health. When you let someone else's needs or behavior take priority over your own mental stability, you're already losing the game. Now, this doesn't mean you should become selfish or disregard others. It's all about balance. When you start prioritizing your well-being, you become more attractive, not less. Women are drawn to men who are grounded, who know their worth, and who won't let anyone destabilize them. And it's not just about relationships. This principle applies to every area of your life, your career, your friendships, and your family. Let's paint a picture. You've been seeing a woman who constantly sends mixed signals. One minute she's all over you. The next, she's cold and distant. You begin to question yourself. You wonder what you did wrong. And before you know it, you're starting to change your behavior just to accommodate her mood swings. Stop right there. Ask yourself, how is this affecting my mental health? If the answer is negative, it's time to take action. Step back, withdraw your energy, and focus on what truly nourishes your soul. Whether it's hitting the gym, working on your side hustle, or spending time with friends who actually support you, protect your peace at all costs. Here's the secret. The moment you stop prioritizing her and start prioritizing yourself, two things will happen. First, she'll either recognize your value and start to respect you more, or she'll leave because she can't manipulate or control you anymore. Either way, you win. You've either released someone who doesn't respect you, or you've gained the upper hand by showing her that you're not easily swayed by emotional manipulation. In today's world, men are often bombarded with the idea that they need to cater to a woman's emotional needs at the expense of their own well-being. That's pure nonsense. Prioritizing your mental, emotional, and physical health isn't just attractive. It's essential for survival in the modern dating world. When you stand firm and show that your peace of mind is non-negotiable, you immediately become more desirable and more respected. So, the next time you feel your peace being threatened by someone's erratic behavior, ask yourself, is this worth sacrificing my well-being for? If the answer is no, it's time to recalibrate and get back to what truly matters, you. Finally, let's talk about the power of patience. This is a tool that most guys don't want to hear about, but it's the secret to dealing with women who play emotional games. Let's face it, you want results now. You want clarity. You want to know exactly where you stand right this minute. But here's the truth. Women often test your patience to see if you can handle uncertainty. In a world where everyone is waiting for the instant reply and expecting everything to happen at the speed of light, the man who practices patience is like a rare gem. He's valuable. He's the man who doesn't crack under pressure. Let's say she doesn't text you back within 5 minutes. Most guys would freak out or start overthinking. Maybe she cancels plans last minute, and instead of staying composed, you lose your temper. Not you. You stay calm. You let things unfold naturally, and you remain composed, knowing that time is your ally. Here's the test. She'll take hours to respond to a text. She might go silent for days, just to see if you'll panic and chase her. Most guys fall into this trap. They start double texting, wondering if something is wrong and scrambling to fix the situation. But you're different. You practice patience like a master. The next time she plays her little game, you do nothing. Absolutely nothing. You give her space to come to you when she's ready. Trust me, she will notice that you didn't fall for her game. And when that happens, the power shifts in your favor. Remember this. Patience is your ultimate superpower in the game of emotional dynamics. Stay calm, stay composed, and let things unfold at their own pace. That's when you take back control and show her you're the one who's truly in charge. Why is patience one of the most powerful qualities a man can possess? It's not just because you're waiting for a text back or for her to commit. It's because patience reveals a deeper truth about who you are. It shows that you're not desperate for her validation. It proves you're emotionally strong and stable. And it demonstrates that you've got a full, meaningful life outside of her. When you're patient, you're showing her that you have your own priorities, your own goals, dreams, and ambitions. You're not going to drop everything just because she decides to pull back or play games. This makes you a challenge. And here's the truth. Women love a challenge. Patience isn't about waiting around or settling for less. It's about delaying gratification and focusing on the bigger picture. When you practice patience, you stop chasing after things that aren't aligned with your true goals. You stop reacting emotionally to every little thing. You refuse to get caught up in the emotional roller coaster that so many men fall victim to. A stoic man knows that good things take time, and he's in no rush. He's not desperate. He's playing the long game, and the long game always wins. While other men are scrambling for attention and instant validation, you're sitting back, letting things unfold naturally, and staying laser-focused on your goals. That's the key to being truly successful, both in relationships and in life. Patience doesn't mean doing nothing forever. It's about waiting for the right moment to take action. Whether in a relationship, your career, or your personal growth, patience allows you to make calculated, strategic moves that pay off big time in the long run. It's not about instant gratification. It's about achieving lasting success. Now let's talk about something that can completely change the course of your life. Knowing when to walk away. This is the moment when everything changes and when you truly take control. There's a saying that goes, the most powerful position is to be able to walk away and mean it. If you take nothing else from this video, let this be your takeaway. Knowing when to walk away is the ultimate power move. It's the nuclear option, the trump card that most men are too afraid to play, but when you do, you instantly gain the upper hand. Let's get one thing clear. Not every woman is worth your time, energy, or emotional investment. If she's playing games, stringing you along, disrespecting your time, or treating you like an option, it's time to walk away. And here's the critical part. You don't need to walk away in some dramatic emotional storm. You walk away with calm, quiet confidence. You don't make a scene. You don't try to make her see your worth. You simply say, this isn't for me anymore. If you want to be in my life, great. But if not, I'm perfectly fine without you. There's no anger, no frustration, and no drama. Just a man who knows his worth. And here's the kicker. Most of the time, when you walk away, she'll chase you. Why? Because walking away is the ultimate act of self-respect, and women are drawn to men who respect themselves. But here's the critical distinction. Walking away isn't a manipulation tactic to get her to chase you. It's about knowing your value and refusing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. When you walk away, you're saying, I'm not going to play this game anymore. If you're serious about us, great. But if not, I'm moving on. No follow-up texts. No obsessing over her Instagram stories. You stay focused on yourself, your goals, and your well-being. Now, here's the harsh truth. Sometimes walking away means walking away for good. There will be times when she doesn't chase you, when she doesn't come back, and you know what? That's okay. Because by walking away, you've already won. You've kept your dignity, your self-respect, and your peace of mind. And trust me, those things are worth more than any fleeting relationship. Why is this so powerful? Because most men are afraid to walk away. They're afraid of losing her. They're afraid of being alone. But when you walk away, you're saying, I'm not afraid. I know my worth, and I'm not settling for less. That kind of confidence is rare, and it's magnetic. And here's the best part. When you walk away, you free yourself from all the emotional games. You take back control of your life. You stop letting someone else dictate your happiness or your self-worth. And that, my friend, is true power. So there you have it. 10 powerful, life-changing strategies to outsmart any woman playing games with your heart. These aren't just strategies for relationships, they're strategies for life. When you practice emotional detachment, set boundaries, stay calm under pressure, prioritize your well-being, practice patience, and know when to walk away, you become an unstoppable force. Remember, this isn't about manipulation or tricking women. It's about mastering yourself. It's about becoming a man who is in control of his emotions, his time, and his life. When you become that man, you naturally attract women who respect you, value you, and don't play games. But here's the thing. This is just the beginning. These strategies will set you on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. But the work doesn't stop here. Keep growing, keep learning, keep applying these principles in every area of your life. If you found value in this video, please support the channel by subscribing. Both will help us bring you more valuable content and make this information accessible to as many men as possible. Let's create a community of men who refuse to be manipulated and who take control of their lives.